Hey, what's up, Better Call Saul fans? Kino here, and I just watched the Slippin' Jimmy cartoon. Not sure if you all are aware of that. I was only kind of partially aware it was coming out. I heard it was, but I wasn't really following any news, and it felt like something that just came out. AMC, I don't think really had a big like push or announcement for it. Makes sense. One, because they don't want to distract too much from the actual Better Call Saul show, and two, it's really not that good. But we'll talk about that. So like I said, I just watched it. It came out the same day as the season finale did. Obviously, I prioritized watching the actual show, and I didn't really know what to expect with this. I knew it was a cartoon. I knew it was about Jimmy as a kid. And so going in, I thought, okay, it's short kind of animation. It'll probably be about him, pulling little scams and stuff as a young kid, as he becomes Slippin' Jimmy. And kinda that's what it is, but not really. What this show is it's parodies of movies with Jimmy and Marco as the main characters. Marco is, Jimmy's friend from season 1 who dies. And so we're seeing them as little kids basically going through movie parodies. The first one is a parody of Once Upon a Time in the West and kind of Westerns in general. The second one's a parody of The Exorcist. Third one, I have no idea what that's a parody of. It kind of seemed like I really don't know. It was weird. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I don't know what the fuck that was. Fourth one is a parody of City Lights, the Charlie Chaplin black and white film. Fifth one's a parody of Speed. The one the bus can't stop. It goes 80 miles an hour or whatever. And the last one's a parody of Cool Hand Luke. So yeah, it's not at all what I was expecting, and it's really not good. One, it has nothing to do with Better Call Saul at all. The main character is Jimmy and there's Marco. We see Chuck in one episode, but nothing about their personalities. It's not like an exploration of Jimmy as a character, or setting up like who he's going to become. It's really these movie parodies, and also the tone is I understand it's a cartoon, but it's not realistic at all. There's magic and again, the exorcism one, there's a demon and a portal to hell that opens up, and it's I understand that this is a cartoon, right? But it's a cartoon of an existing franchise that is steeped in realism. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad are stylized to an extent, but again, it's weird to have a cartoon version with magic and stuff in it, and just cartoony logic for a show that's supposed to be realistic. Now again, I don't know. I haven't done any research, so I don't know. Maybe they're this is this is not canon or something. Maybe there's an in-universe explanation. Maybe this is like a cartoon or something that Saul Goodman had made of his life or something. I don't know. But for now, just looking at it, it's weird. It's why was this made? Now, why it was made, I have a theory, and I think this could be realistic. Again, I've done no research about this. I don't know about it. But I looked up who made this show, the animation studio. And I'll talk about the animation in a second. But the company that made it is Starburns Industries. Now, if you don't know who they are, Starburns Industries was actually created by Dan Harmon, I think. I don't know the full company history, but Starburns was a character from Community. He had the Starburns sideburns. And they did the animation for the Abed Christmas special that they did, with all claymation. I've done some other stuff for Community, and so I'm familiar with that company to an extent. And really what I think this is, and I'm almost willing to bet money on this. I think that this was a show that they were developing for like themselves, like nothing relating to Saul Goodman. Um, the reason for that is because if you saw Community, they did a lot of movie parodies, they did a lot of movie references, and it kind of seems like this was like a cartoon that they were developing that either never got picked up or they saw the chance to just slap the Slippin' Jimmy logo on it and make a quick buck. And that does happen. There are some you'll find like video games, cartoons, movie franchise, or whatever that had nothing to do with it. One example that comes to mind is American Psycho 2. If you guys ever saw that with Mila Kunis, nothing to do with American Psycho. It was a horror movie that they just randomly slapped the title American Psycho 2, put it in like one scene, kind of connecting it to Patrick Bateman, and spun it off into like a sequel when it really wasn't. I kind of feel like that's what happened here. Because again, nothing about like the Saul Goodman timeline canon. We're not seeing like the big joke was like, are we gonna see him defecate through a sunroof? No. Again, this is set when he's a kid, not when he's like a young adult when he gets into that trouble. But again, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with Saul. No characters besides Marco appear in Chuck in one like little tiny moment. Nothing to do with like his character. Like we don't see him in like their convenience store, the family's convenience store that he would end up stealing from. Like that flashback in Better Call Saul where that con man was telling him like you can either be a wolf or a sheep. We have the opportunity here to explore him as a character, but instead it's just these kind of goofy, corny movie parodies that are really not funny too. I will admit there was like a line or two here that I got a laugh at in the Exorcist episode. They're like, oh no, she took the emergency Bible, and it's like, the fire extinguisher, but instead of a fire extinguisher, it's an emergency Bible. I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. But like one or two lines in the series was funny, and the rest was just awkward and not funny, not entertaining. The animation, awful. I mean, this is a matter of taste, but oh my god, like I hate this like modern, super clean, super soft looking. Kind of reminds me of like Big Mouth or a lot of these other like Flash animation style cartoons that are getting made nowadays. Even something like F is for Family, which I thought it was kind of funny, and I liked the show to an extent, but the animation, again, it's because it's all computer animated. It's too clean. It's too natural. Like I miss like the hand drawn style. Yeah, but just not good. Really, I don't have anything positive to say about this show. Again, they might say like, hey, this is not meant to be canon or whatever. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Breaking Bad like minisodes or like the Better Call Saul ones. If you guys have been seeing those on YouTube, there's stuff like the Los Pollos Hermanos training videos, some like legal advice from Kim or Jimmy or Lalo teaching you how to make a taco, which was stupid, but I don't know, just because it was a webisode, like a little web video, I could kind of just write it off as like, this is just marketing. It's not really meant to be part of the canon of the show. But because they made this its own show and kind of dedicate, like, it's on AMC Plus, it's like it lends kind of weight to the show that I don't think it should have or it deserves. If they just released these as episodes on YouTube, I'd be like, oh, whatever. And they're only 8 minutes long, so it's like they should have done that. This is not something anyone would subscribe to AMC for. I really don't know why they did it. It's not even like a 20-minute long thing where it's like, oh, I could see them like if they released like full episodes, week after week to bridge the gap between Better Call Saul. Then I could at least see the purpose is like, oh, it's trying to get people to keep their AMC subscriptions instead of canceling it, waiting for the next season like a lot of people are gonna do. So really, I have no idea what the point of this show was. I really think I'm going with my theory that they just found the opportunity to slap the logo on this show that Starburns Industries was developing for themselves or something and made a quick buck. So really, really awful show. Again, I'll do more research later on and maybe there'll be a full pure Kino video on this. I don't know. But for now, it's just really pointless. You know, what I really wouldn't even recommend watching it. It's not even that it's like so awful that like I'm offended by it. It's just pointless. It's not entertaining. It's not funny. It's nothing to do with Better Call Saul. Really, I don't think you need to see this show in any way. I don't know if they're developing more episodes either. I hope not. Maybe we can just chalk this off as a one-off mistake. I love how everyone was saying too, with all the problems with the latest Better Call Saul season, which there are. I know you all were super fucking impressed with that finale. I was not, but people were like, no, it all makes sense in the cartoon. Maybe. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much everything I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this, and yeah, hopefully we'll have something better to talk about for the next Better Call Saul video. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a wait. The second half of the season not coming out, I think, till late July. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be releasing more videos on this channel for other stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you then.